Hello again, and thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we're going to talk about, let's talk about soap operas today. Let's talk about The Bold and the Beautiful that aired for today, April 3rd, Monday, 2017. We're going to get right on into it because I'm writers, I need y'all to speed things up. You're not keeping my attention. I'm tired of Papa Bear going around now looking like a fool. You don't look like a fool long enough. Let's speed this storyline up and let's drop some tea, some hot tea on some folks, okay? All right, we got Rich. Rusty Dust is back at Forster Creations talking to Slut from Another Mother in the CEO office, talking about the kiss and Logan's Run. Logan's Run is in the design room when Super Snoop Katie walks in to see how she's doing. Super Snoop Katie wants to know if she's going to tell Papa Bear. That's the $1,000,000 question. What is Logan's Run gonna do with this hot, spicy, juicy, succulent information? Okay. Rick and Two-Faced Maya are discussing things with Papa Bear, especially his designs. Papa Bear tells Rick he's very proud of him for taking care of the company while they were away in Australia. And Rick and Maya, Two-Faced Maya, are asking about the two weddings, and Papa Bear's just smiling at them both. Okay, then Papa Bear tells them about Shelly Beach and all the activities that Courageous Ivy and Steffi had planned for them and how much they enjoyed everything. And of course, Steffi zip lining down to her wedding mark to be meeting Ridge to walk her down the aisle to Bozo the Clown and just how extravagant that was. And, they all pretty much had fun. And Two-Faced Mice is asking Papa Bear about where the pictures are. Did anybody take a boatload of pictures and stuff? He's like, no. Everything is very confidential. He barely got the ones that he got on his phone. But, they also see a photo of him and Quinn on the island as well. And they're like really smiling and are in total awe of him finding love at such a latter age or latter time in his life. And they're very proud of both of them. Then we go back to Super Snoop Katie. Super Snoop is telling Logan's Run she has to tell Papa Bear. There's no other choice. Super Snoop tells Logan's Run, if you don't, I will. I don't trust Slut from Another Mother nor Rusty Dusty at this point, and you shouldn't either. Because even if they don't do it where people can see it, there's that chance they will be doing it out of sight behind closed doors, and that doesn't make it right either. Then both Two-Faced Maya and Rick just adore Papa Bear. His wit, his charm. They believe Slut from Another Mother has changed him for the best. Or he's rubbed off on her. Either way, they both are magical people at this time. And Rick is asking about his mom. What about Rusty Dusty and her? Did they get married? What did they do? So Papa Bear tells Maya and Rick, Logan's Run and Rusty Dusty didn't get married. And Rick looks at Two-Faced and Maya like, what? Looking all confused, like, why not? Did they get sick? Did something happen? Da 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 da. Then Slut from Another Mother is mad at Rusty Dusty for telling Super Snoop Katie. She tells Rusty Dusty, Super Snoop Katie hates me. Do you know she's going to use this information? She's going to tell your father, and it's going to wreck my whole life, my marriage, everything. Super Snoop Katie is asking Logan's Run, why are you protecting Slut from Another Mother and Rusty Dusty? Logan's Run says she's protecting Papa Bear, not them. Okay, Logan Run tells Super Snoop Katie she will tell Papa Bear, not her. She tells Super Snoop Katie to calm it all the way down. Super Snoop Katie tells her sister, you've been played for a fool. Super Snoop also says, you're trying to forgive Rusty Dusty, aren't you? And possibly you're going to go back to him, aren't you? Of course, Lois Ron just sitting up there looking stupid. I ain't saying nothing, just looking with a blank stare. Go to commercial, we come back. We have Two-Faced Myers as asking Papa Bear, Logan's Run and Rusty Dusty didn't get married? Papa Bear explains what he knows, what he was told, but he's telling Two-Faced Maya and Ricky Rick to just chill. Then Papa Bear stops in mid-sentence and just say, you know what, forget this. So he's on the phone texting Logan's Ron, Rusty Dusty, and his beloved wife to meet him in the CEO's office because he needs to talk with all three of them. Then we have Super Snoop Katie is going off on Logan's Run and asks her to stop. And Katie, calms down, only for she sees Logan's Run is kind of really, really upset. And she can't take any more of Super Snoop Katie's badgering about telling Papa Bear. Okay, then we have Logan's Run tell Super Snoop Katie to not to say one word. She's being very stern with Super Snoop Katie. Papa Bear wants to see, she gets a message from Papa Bear, and he wants to see all three of them in his the CEO office right now. So of course, Super Snoop Katie said, "So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?" And she pretty much tell her, "I already done told you what I'm gonna do and what you're not gonna do." And she walks out. Okay, Super Snoop just looks at her like she crazy, like, "Okay, okay, I'll fall back for now. I will fall back from now, but I ain't done with it. I'm not done." Then Lois Ron comes in to see his CEO office, and she noticed that Rusty Dusty is there as well as for another mother. Rusty Dusty goes over to her to try to hug her and comfort her, and she stops him in midpoint and says, "No, don't do it. Don't hug me. Don't do nothing. I ain't got time for you right now." Pretty much, that's what she was saying. She ain't got no time for no touching and feeling. Okay. So then, Slut from Another Mother tells Logan's Run, Rusty Dusty loves you, not me. Oh, how nice of you to say such things. Oh, Slut from Another Mother, you just really need to shut up, sit down, be quiet, and don't say nothing. Then we have Rusty Dusty tells his dad when he finally comes in that everything is okay. And Papa Bear said, no, everything is not okay. If that was the case, you and Logan's Run would be married at this time. Now, I'm the senior of this family, and I take it personal, and I really feel I need to get down to the bottom of why you and Logan's Run didn't get married over in Australia. So, he said, so if you gotten it all together and everything's fine, so you all are getting married. And then that's when Logan's Run voicefully says, no, we're not. So, Papa Bear turns all his attention to her and he walks over to Logan's Run and he wants to know what changed Logan's Run's mind on getting married. So he's asking Logan's Run straight to her face, right up there in her face. And she's just looking all crazy. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Two-Faced Maya and Ricky Rick are trying to figure out what could have happened. What could have stopped both his mom and Rusty Duster from getting married? And he hates to even think about what it's going to do to poor sharpshooter RJ. Then Ricky Rick starts to do something strange. He starts looking at Slut from Another Mother and Papa Bear's marriage and their demeanor and their behavior as the epitome to more themselves or model themselves after when it comes to loving and being with someone and sharing that love and expressing that love. I'm like, are you kidding me? Woo, Rick, you're gonna be eating them words sooner rather than later. Then we have Papa Bear wants to know why did Logan Ron seek him out prior to them leaving Australia? Like he really wanted to tell him something. But then Russ Dusty, you wished her, you just came and got her and swept her away where I couldn't even get a chance to see what she wanted to say to me. What was that all about? So, of course, Russ Dusty ain't gonna say nothing because that would implicate him in everything. Okay? So he goes on to ask his wife, do you know anything? Did anyone say anything to you? This, that, and the third. And I was kind of acting just like Russell Dust had loudly blurted out, I'm in the room. Do you not see me here? He's like, well, you ain't saying nothing anyway. You might well not be here. You not saying anything. Your wife to be is not saying anything. So Russell Dustin says RJ will be fine. And Logan's Run burst out and say RJ is going to be devastated. Then we have Papa Bear wants to know the issue with Logan's Run and Russ Dusty are having. He wants to help Logan's Run. He goes over there. I mean, he's in kissing range to her. And of course, Logan's Run started to cry. She's acting all anxious. He says, "This is exactly how you were acting in my hotel room when you were trying to tell me something before Rusty Dusty and my wife showed up and stopped you." And it's like she wants to tell Papa Bear, but she's scared of the consequences that will follow afterwards. And I'm kind of like, them ain't your consequences, honey. You ain't do nothing. Let that truth live. Let it live, honey. Speak it. Speak it. And it will set all of y'all free. Yes, it will. It will set all of y'all free. Then we have Papa Bear says, no one in this room is going to leave until Logan's Run tells him why she is not going to marry my son. And y'all, that's where it went off. I said, all right, somebody's still gonna leave that room, and the truth is not gonna be told. But like I said, I think Katie's gonna go on and just spill the beans. She's gonna spill the beans, and she has the right to spill the beans because she was already on point when she said it was something going on, and nobody wanted to believe her. So if anybody have the right to say anything, it should be Courageous Ivy or Super Snoop Katie. And I really hope it come out this week, writers, not next week, not 2 more weeks from now, but this week. Hell, it should have came out when they was in Australia. Y'all gotta start learning how to stop dragging things out. Damn. But anyway, that was my take, y'all, of The Bold and the Beautiful that aired on today, Monday, April 3rd, 2017. Look forward to recapping and reviewing with you for tomorrow's episode, God willing. I'll see you same place, same station, same channel. Peace and blessings. Good night.